Okay, here we are once again. 24th of May, 2025, 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, cat with her silver spoon. Here we are drinking coffee and just about to do what we always do. Work on this thing, or the Jeep one. Jeep's got a starting problem. 97, I don't know what's going on with it. Changed out the switch. Even the new switch may be bad, but we're about to change the sway bar tie rod connecting bushings. We're not going to use the bolt, we're just going to do the bushings. Crawl underneath there and do it. It'd be easier taking the tires off, but I don't want to jack this thing up if I don't have to. And I don't want to take the tires off. So let's get on it. Okay, there they are. That's what I'm going to do. We'll be doing both sides. These factory ones are a lot softer than these. These things are hard as a brick. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, or if it should. All we're going to be doing, though, is replacing the bushings. But these seem a lot bigger, heavier duty. I don't know. But if we replace them and it's already, what it's doing is swaying, it's running, it may drift a ways on the road, left or right. You don't know which way it's going to go, and it's hard to you will overcompensate and run all over the place. They don't look the same. I don't know. Okay, let's get to them. Take them. It look like they may be 13 millimeter heads and bolt. We may have to take the tire off. I don't know. Don't know a thing about front ends. Yeah, how about that? I guessed right. It's 13 millimeter. We got that one off, that nut off, that bushing. Sliding that bolt up through there. Go ahead and take it off and then start putting this other stuff back on. See how we come out. Okay, there wasn't a whole lot of pressure on this sway bar, but there was enough to where we had to jack it up to get our bushing in here. But now we don't have enough thread sticking out underneath there to get our bushing on, and then get our nut back on. So we're gonna have to let it down a little bit, let that bolt come through the hole a little bit further so we can get the bushing on and get that nut started. There is a torque on these things. I saw what it is, but I don't know what it was. It seemed like it was 10 foot-pounds. I don't know that we'll try to do that. We'll see here once we get a little further along. Then we'll have to do this other side. Well, that has got this side. I don't even know if that's a problem or not. These really looked wore out, but now that they're off, it just looks like that little edge right there. The factory stuff is a little bit different. Looks like that was all that was messed up. But we'll change that other side and see what it does. I don't know if we'll have time to test drive it or not this morning. We're going to go with Frank to check on some stuff. What are you doing, Cat? What are you doing, Shop Cat? Shop Cat turned that tire over there. What are you up to? Crazy cat. Okay, yeah, we put shocks on last week. I need to put shocks on the back too. Okay, this side should be just like the other side. 13 millimeter. Like I say, I don't have any idea. I don't know anything about front ends. I don't know if this is a problem or not. May ought to replace those tie rod ends. They weren't that expensive. I guess you'd have to have it lined back up then. Again, see, I don't know. Somebody make a comment that knows what they'd be doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, same procedure. Had to jack it up to get that bottom bushing enough clearance to go on, and now we're going to have to let the jack down to get enough thread down here to get the bottom bushing and the nut back on. On this side, we still don't have quite enough thread to get the bottom bushing and nut back on, so we're going to put the jack underneath here and jack that up some. Hopefully we can get enough thread on it. We may have to figure out a way to pull that down. I don't know. I don't know anything about front end work. Okay, what we did, there was enough thread sticking through to get the nut started upside down, like that. So we started it like that, tightened it up a little bit. That pulled that bolt down enough to then we could take it back off and turn it around and barely get it started the right way. So now we will tighten it up. And you will need a deep well 13 millimeter if that's what it is on yours, but you'll need a deep well because there's too much thread sticking out for you to use a regular socket. And we've got to finish tightening this one up. We still have, feels like about a good 1/4 inch to go yet, compared to where it was and compared to where what we did, we just compared to what this one was and tightened that one, and so we'll check that one and tighten this one equally. Okay, well that has both sides tightened down. We'll take the jack out. I think we've got time to ride around the block before Frank wants to go. So we'll go see if it's stopped our swaying. I have no idea. We replaced upper ball joints or lower ball joints. I don't know about the upper ball joints, if they replaced them or not. Okay, let's get it out and take it around the block. I can't really tell anything yet. Of course, we haven't gotten out of the driveway yet either. It may be my imagination, but it does feel like the steering is tighter. I don't know. Still have shifting problems periodically. I reset the computer, switching, doing the 3-cycle switch on off. But from what I've been reading, I may need to go ahead and change the shift synchronizers. There are 4 of them. Look pretty easy to change, and also if I did that, go ahead and get 2 new pans, one for this one, one for that other van too. There's a deeper pan, it holds more fluid, and also has little pipes, or not pipes, but little cooling vents on the bottom of them transmission stay cooler. It's got this swaying, but I don't know. All right, puppy, you need to get home. Stay out of the road. You'll be vulture bait, buzzard bait, whatever they want to call it. Vultures. People call them buzzards. Turkey vulture, black-faced vulture. Recording this with the old S20. We get back to the shop to have our breakfast. It's 7:45. Frank said he wanted to leave about 9. We're going to Buford to look for some metal shelving so we can organize some of this stuff better. They're pretty heavy evidently, but Verizon has sent me a thing that I can have an S22 Plus on them. Of course, it'd be 3-year deal. And I could trade in this S20, and I really like this little S20, but the charging plug on it is messed up. I have to charge it with a wireless charger. Bushing was looser. It was much more worn than the driver's side. We got 266 miles on this tank of gas. We got about another 50 before we start looking for fuel. But I think we'll turn this off now and wrap it up. We've got to work on that white Jeep at 97, but I don't know that I'm going to do it today. I don't want to mess with it. Neither ignition switch or solenoid starter, or there's a short somewhere else. I don't know, but I changed the switch. It's still not working. I jumped off the solenoid with a hot, and it turned the engine over, so I don't know. I may straight wire a couple of toggle switch to turn the ignition on if the switch doesn't work, and because everything else works, and a button starter like we used to have on the old ones. Well, I don't know if that got it or not, but that seems like it's better for sure. It may have gotten it. So we're going to go back and get a bite to eat. We may go ahead and call Verizon and see what they say for us. And I didn't call them anyway. My stuff has gotten slow again. It was going sort of fast. It seems like for some reason they cut it back, cut the speed back or something. I don't know. But anyway, let's turn this off. This will be a wrap.